gentlemen.
Hello, it's me. It's you. Fortunately, unfortunately, up to you, up to debate. Yeah, hi, hello everybody. How is everybody doing? I am tired, so we might not do a super long show today. So if you're here, you're in the special group of people who get to see me possibly for the rest of the day. I don't know. I haven't decided how long we're gonna go. I had to get some work done on my car because we're about to drive to Kansas for a wedding in a couple weeks, and yeah, I it just took forever. So like, I dropped my car off and then I went for a walk and I checked out a couple businesses nearby my mechanic's place, and then I came back and like sat and chatted with my like the person who owns the business for like a couple hours, much longer than I expected. So yeah, I was gone for like 4 hours this morning, much, much, much longer than I anticipated. And then after I got done at the mechanics, I had other errands to run as well. So yeah, I'm a sleepy boy. Oh, and also consequently, due to the fact that I went to the mechanic today, I had to wake up earlier than usual. And also I slept real weird. I woke up at like 3:30 from, I don't remember what was going on in the dream. I didn't like it. Whatever was going on, it woke me up. And then I like woke up and I went to the bathroom and then I went back to bed. And then like 30 minutes later, I woke up like coughing because I hadn't had enough water, which speaking of that, I don't have any water with me. So I'll need to grab a drink here in a second. I'm so sleepy. So sleepy. Hello to the people in the website chat. This is my website, luxander.net/live. Mama was the first person in Mama Mephistopheles. We've got in a box. There's coffee beans. Hello, hello. Hello, Wetware Angel. Blue 9. Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? I hope you're doing good. And we've got the YouTube chat as well. Of course, Mabs, Banana Brains, Dally, Lego Ninja Builder. Good name. Spooky Metalhead, also a good name. We've got String, Rue Prime, I'm just going to pronounce your name different every time because you said you like it when people mispronounce it. So I'm just going to do it different every time. Reprime. Murky, hello. Hello, String. Hooray for car work. Indeed. Yeah. I was taking it in to get the tires replaced. And I got a call that was like, your tires are fine. You don't need to replace. It had been like over a year since I got new tires. So I was like, oh, maybe I need to get new tires because I'm about to make this trip over the mountains and everything. They were like, no, you don't need new tires. We'll just rotate them. But I ended up needing all of my brakes fixed. So I got all my brakes replaced. I think they put new fluid in the brake system. Like, my car's like 20 years old. So one of the belts was starting to go and they were like, well, you need to replace this belt. And I was like, okay. I trust my mechanic. I have a good mechanic. So yeah, basically, I was just gone for much longer than I expected to be. And it's been a beautiful day in the valley. It was a little bit rainy on and off. Just, good stuff. Good stuff. Getting buried in e-paperwork. Indeed. Yeah. I've had a bunch of car stuff happen in the span of a few weeks, and every bill has just made me more mad at car-dependent infrastructure. True enough. Yeah, and I'm also like, it's that time of the year where I haven't been like paying quarterly taxes because I usually don't like actually have enough money on hand to pay quarterly taxes or have any kind of savings. So I'm doing that thing where, I had to pay the government thousands of dollars. like multiple thousands of dollars. I think it was, so my federal taxes ended up being, I owed like 4,000, and then for Oregon taxes I owed like $1,000. So yeah, I did pay some of that with the money that I had on hand, but the rest of it is just going on credit. So like as far as me having to have my car stuff fixed, I also have to have my cruise control fixed next week, because it would be kind of a nightmare to drive 5,000 miles there and back again with the with my cruise control not working. So I have to get my cruise control fixed next week. So basically, I'm just like, I'm gonna max out all of my credit for the next couple of months, and we'll deal with that 30% interest when it comes, and I'll pay that shit off. And then I'm hoping that later on this year I'll actually start to have enough money that I can save up. Thank God I work for the line. That has made things much easier, but consequently I also owe way more in taxes. So trade-offs. But yeah, so that's what's going on with me. Getting my car fixed. I'm excited that I get to drive back to Kansas. I'm excited to drive through the mountains, because we're going to do that in like basically 2 weeks from today. So just so you know, as far as the schedule goes, I believe on this Sunday, the 19th, I'll be streaming. Wednesday next week I should be streaming, but then I actually will not be streaming on the 26th, because I am needed to cover the production for the Matt Dillahunty show on Sunday. So I'm actually going to end up taking off like almost 2 weeks, or about 2 weeks off of streaming. Yeah. This makes me feel slightly better. I owe the government $1,600 for this year, plus what I owe them for the last 3 years. Yeah, I owe way more than that. And I was kind of tinkering, like, should I just do a GoFundMe? And then I'm like, no, because I don't actually need it. Like, yes, it's going to take me several months to dig myself out from the credit card debt, but, I'll be able to do it. So it just feels like I shouldn't. It feels like I shouldn't run a GoFundMe. Like, seems ridiculous to do that when I know that I'll be able to get ahead of it in a few months. Is Arden and Luthien subbing in? Yeah, so Arden has something she's doing on the 26th, which is why she can't produce the earlier show. And then, yeah, when I'm gone, because I will be gone Sunday the 3rd, when I usually do the producing for the After Dark show, Arden's just going to... Basically, I'm covering Arden one Sunday, and then she's covering me the next Sunday. So we're kind of spreading the work around. And then, like a month after that, Arden is going to be taking a leave of absence because she's getting some medical stuff taken care of, and she'll be gone for like a month. And I am it's probably not going to be too bad. Like between Luthien and myself and Jimmy also, like if Jimmy, I produce a bunch of shows. Yeah, but I'm not going to be gone for most of the producing that I do. Like I'm going to be gone. I'll be gone Wednesday, so I won't be streaming Wednesday. I'll be gone Thursday, so I will not be on Takas or Calling It Now on the 7th. And wait, hold on. No, that's not right. Yeah. No, it's not the 7th. It's the 29th. Jesus. So the 29th, I'll miss my stream. On the 30th, I will miss Takas, but usually Arden produces Takas anyway. And then Friday, no shows. And I guess on Saturday, we're doing the Devangelicals now, so I guess Arden is going to have to take that Saturday show. And then Arden's covering me on Sunday, and then I'll be back on the 4th. So technically, there's like relatively little coverage of my shit that will need to be done. So yeah. Why not do a funding drive? It just feels like I don't need the money, and a lot of people really do need the money. Like I'm in a way better financial position than I've kind of ever been in right now. So, yeah, listen, if you want to send me $500, if anybody wants to send me $500, that's fine. I guess the other good thing about doing a GoFundMe is that it's like non-taxable income, because it's like, that's more explicitly like that's a gift. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm fucking tired, but it just feels bad to be like, help me pay off my taxes that I could easily pay off in the next 3 months, when there are trans people who need to escape from places, and there's trans people who need medical care. And all kinds of other stuff. Good gracious. Blue says the tire pressure sensor in my car stopped working and it's apparently multiple thousands of dollars to fix. I guess I'll just deal with a pressure light on my dashboard, thanks. Yeah, I don't, like, why do you need a constant pressure sensor on your, why don't you can just check it every once in a while, or like use your eyes to look at it. Or just have your car, like whenever you do your oil change, just have your tires rotated, which you should be doing that like every 6 months anyway. I finally got my new setup up and running, and now I'm outputting lots of debate videos, and it's quite fun. I seem to have been able to steal all the spicy calls from Takis. Rude. How dare you? How dare you? Yeah. I know that we're going to be, Dr. Ben is going to be leaving Takis as far as his full-time, like, I mean, full-time, quote-unquote, but, like, as far as him being regularly available, so we might have another spot open for some more guest spots later this summer, since Dr. Ben is leaving, but I don't know what the plan is exactly for that going forward. And like, we have 3 regular hosts to cover it, so I feel like we should be able to do most of it, and then Arden is going to come back to hosting eventually. What are you doing, my baby? What are you doing? Are you causing trouble? You trouble. You bad girl. You gross baby. She's a gross baby. Tire gauges are like $4. Yeah, I got even a slightly nicer tire gauge, and it wasn't that expensive. Lena just escaped. Good for you. I'm glad you escaped. The goal for today, if you do want to see the cat, that's what the dollars goal is today. If we get to $100 in donations, then I will pick up the cat and make her be on camera. See, I'm not going to make her do things unless, you know, we're getting an adequate payout for it. Are you being a good girl? Are you a sweet girl? I like you. Yeah, she's a good baby. We've been getting along quite well. Oh my god, one of my cats stole a slice of avocado. I have yet to find it. I think that they ate it. That's probably why you can't find it, because they ate it. They said nom 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 nom. Escaped Utah. Hey, congratulations, Lena. I'm so glad. Fucking Utah. Jesus. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm going to leave Oregon and I'm going to have to drive through Idaho and possibly Utah. I haven't actually looked at the trip planning. I haven't started doing any of that yet, but it's like I'm probably going to have to drive through several states where I can't really like use the bathroom, or like, I know, I'll just like have to be really careful about using the bathroom. Shakespeare, hello. Oink oink indeed, Pits. I'd pay for cat, but just bought a car. So yeah, you know what's crazy is like, I feel as though typically this time of year there's a little bit of a boost in donations because people get their refunds. But some Gen X gamer says, I would love to donate, but the super efficient Doged IRS has been sitting on our refund for 2 months. So you just haven't gotten your refund even though you're owed one. I wonder if is that why they also haven't, I did a partial payment with the actual money in my account. Cause I was like, I'll pay for part of it with the actual money in my account and then I'll put the rest of it on my credit card. But they haven't pulled them. Do you have any idea how fucking annoying? It's like having a check that somebody just will not cash. I'm like, can you just take the money so that I can see how much money I actually have, for fucking Christ's sake? It's, but you know, to be fair, the state of Oregon is also doing that to me. I'm like, hey, state of Oregon, I also paid you an enormous sum of money. Can you please pull that from my bank account finally? Hello, Drea. I am even later than you. It's not a competition, you know? Oh, by the way, check this out. I thought that it would be a fun idea, and I'm joking when I say this, but I thought it would be a fun idea a couple nights ago if I tried to add the tip of my thumb into the stir fry that I was making. I almost cut off the tip of my thumb. I don't think I actually cut off the tip of my thumb. I haven't looked at it super closely since yesterday, but yeah, I kind of just put it back and put some bacitracin on it and put a bandage on it and kept pressure on it all night. And it really doesn't hurt that much today, after like I did it 2 nights ago. But yeah, so I tried to cut off my thumb. I was like, you know what this stir fry needs is a little extra protein. Nom 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 nom. A little flavor. Nom 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 nom. Every time you call your cat a good girl, my ears perk up. God help me. Sorry. Oh no. Exactly, yeah. Thumbs are famously an excellent source of umami. Almost as good as MSG. Nom 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 nom. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I would skip Idaho. It's more southern than the southern states. You could hold your breath through Utah to Colorado and probably be okay. Yeah, I actually might talk to my partner about planning, like, hey, well, I don't know. It takes forever to drive through Idaho. Could I pee at the edge of Oregon and then not need to pee again through all of Idaho? I don't know. I haven't gamed this out. The last time I drove, the trip from Oregon to Kansas, or the other way around, I went from Kansas down. We went through the panhandle of Oklahoma and the top of Texas into New Mexico, across New Mexico, up through Arizona, and then up into Utah, and then just along that long highway all the way up the west side of Utah. And then we went through Idaho and then into Oregon. So this time, we don't need to go all the way around the mountains. Probably. I mean, is it going to be snowy in the fucking mountain? I don't know. I would find out if it's going to be snowy. Because one of the guys at the mechanics was like, do you have snow chains? And I was like, I'm not really planning on driving through the snow. TBH, not really part of my itinerary. But we are going to be going through the mountains. So I'm going to need to figure out the exact route. That also took like 3.5 days. So like we went from Kansas, we went all the way down, and we stopped our first night in eastern New Mexico. And then we drove New Mexico, Arizona, and we spent our second night in the south of Utah. And then we drove up into Idaho, and we spent our third night in Idaho. And then the fourth day was like a half day of driving from Idaho into Portland. So this time we'll be able to maybe even do it only in 2 days, like 2 really long days, because we're going to be going directly through the mountains. So yeah, I don't know. Also the glare. Oh no, am I starting to get a migraine? That's not good. I can't tell if I'm about to get a migraine with Aura or if I just stared at the light for too long. And if I'm getting I need to drink water. Let's get some water going. Okay, I don't think it was Aura. I think I just looked at my light and it made my eyeballs kind of get weird. But anyway, I am gonna drink more water. It's like that was one of the things about being out of my house for all morning is that I didn't drink enough water. Have you covered Jennifer Bielek, the TERF who believes that we Jewish people are behind all trans rights globally? No, not specifically. I don't really do that type of news coverage right now, but I'm not surprised by that. I've heard that same sentiment before, that like, quote, they are the reason why so many people, like why they are trying to force gender transitions on children or whatever. So I'm not surprised to hear that, even though it's really stupid. Gen X Gamer says, there's no people if you try to call the IRS. I reached out to our congressman's office, and the kid was nice, but admitted that even if they submit a request, the IRS can ignore them until after April 15th. Jesus Christ, dude. Hey, Ali Ashana, what's up? Road tripping is the best. I'm actually not that excited about it, but I don't know. I feel like my partner and I have been getting along really well recently, so it's not going to be terrible for us to be trapped in a car for 4 days. Oh no. Blue says, I once flash roasted my fingertip on the rocket hot business end of a tool for separating plastic from plastic in a tech recycling warehouse. Not only did it smell absolutely amazing, but I reflexively stuck my finger in my mouth and it was distressingly delicious. Oh no. That's crazy. Listen, there are 60 people in here and there's only 36 likes on the video. It's quick, it's easy, it's free. If you hit the like button, it helps boost the stream and the algorithm. My dream right now is to have bullshit chatting streams where we talk about nothing significant and I still make a decent amount of money and get a decent number of views. And you can help me with that. If you want to help me with the making a decent amount of money part, then donate directly to me at luxander.net/donate. And if we get to $100, I'll go pick up my cat. She's adorable. I'll pick up my cat and I'll show her to the camera. Like, yeah, bye, I'm just going to go pick up my cat and not show her to you. Taxes in the U.S. are crazy. You owe us money, but we won't tell you how much. But if you get it wrong, you go to jail. Lamau. Yeah. It's pretty obnoxious. It's like, you know how much I owe you. On a long enough time scale, every conspiracy with they boils down to, quote, the Jews, truly. Exactly. Cat gets sent to air jail, but only if you pay enough money. Only if you pay. Pay up. Not necessarily the same, but it's always concerning to me when I'm in a microbiology lab and I smell something that I remember smelling in my kitchen a few days beforehand. That's so true. So, whoa.
Inabox has donated $50. 10%.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah, 10%. Thank you so much for the $50 donor. That's very generous. And you've brought us up to 50% of our goal for today. Dang. Thank you very much. I saw you say earlier that you were what were you saying? You disembarked a shipping container for trans rights or something? I don't know what you said. But it's been a busy day for Inabox. There we go. By the way, the IRS only keeps debts on record for 7 years. Yeah, but you can still go to jail in that time. One year, a long time ago, I had a tax refund of $1.88. They sent me a check and it was too small to cash. Since then, from time to time, I've just received $1.88 checks. Wow. I was sorting a shipping container for trans rights. Inabox is always out there showing up for people. I'd love to donate, but I learned a painful financial lesson today. Is it that getting all 4 of your brakes fixed costs $1,000? Because that's a painful financial lesson I learned today. Jesus. It wasn't just my brakes. It was my brakes and my oil change and replacing a belt and all kinds of shit. But still, like, I mean, it took like almost 4 hours. So like $1,000 for almost 4 hours of work. And I like the person who owns the shop. Like, you know, damn, that was crazy. Oh boy. The charity I volunteer for has a shipping container, and after work I went with some others to organize it. Nice. Working with charity. There you go. There you go. Ms. Damie, hello, says thank you for all you do. Thank you. Listen, I feel like I'm doing less and less. Okay, something very funny is about to happen. I'm reaching this point where I kind of like don't care as much about my YouTube channel. I mean, like I care, but like I don't care as much. If there's a conflict between me doing my stream versus me being needed at the line, I'm going to sacrifice the channel. Like that's already been happening. Whenever I'm needed to cover the early show on the line, when I need to cover Matt Dillahunty's Sunday show, I don't stream. And if they really needed me for something on Wednesday, I would do it the line. So it's really funny though, because I think once I get back into uploading videos regularly, I think that this channel is actually starting to like pick up some momentum just in time for me to be like, cool, I don't care. Like, it's kind of awesome, I guess, in a way. This is what people always tell you, you know, oh, you gotta just let things come to you. The less hard you try, like when you're dating or whatever, the less hard you try, the more it'll just kind of happen on its own. Hello, Kitty. Welcome in. I learned that people really respond to voicing atheism at the government. The most popular video ever on TikTok is just me telling the government some basic atheist arguments. Interesting. That's fun. Oh, the lesson Coffee Beans learned is you have to control your animal urges, otherwise someone will floss you for $40. Oh, rip, rip, rip. Oh boy. What? Murky says, did you hear the guy last night on Calling It Now who asked Javon to dominate him? And right before being hung up on, he shouts the most desperate, please! No, I did not. I know that they went until super late because I saw them posting in the Discord that they didn't finish and Calling It Now until quite late. But no, I don't like typically hang out in our streams during my recreation time. Because, like, why would I? Oh, it's interesting. Like, I saw Matt was in the comments recently during a live stream, and then Arden was in the comments on a different stream. That one might have been last night's, actually. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't usually do that. Occasionally, if I see, like, Justin Deconstruction Zone is live, I'll, like, hop in, and I'll be like, listen, chat, we gotta pump up those numbers. Click the like button, and then I'll leave. But I'm not trying to like hang out and listen to arguments about religion during my free time, my precious God-given free time. Honestly, it seems like it would be nice to stream for fun and a little extra cash rather than financial necessity. Yeah. It's like, you know, I want to just enjoy doing it and not have to care about whether it's successful or not. And like, if it's successful, then cool. But, you know, asking why don't I care? Because I feel like I've been trying super hard to change people's opinions on trans rights. And like, I've always known that since I'm non-binary, no matter what I talk about, there is going to be a limit to how big my channel can get. because even when I try to talk about unrelated things, I get people who are like calling me anti-trans slurs and making comments about my voice and stuff. So kind of no matter what, there is a ceiling on how successful I can be. And especially if I specifically talk about trans issues, that is only going to cater to like an even smaller group of people who are trans accepting and want to be clued in about what's going on with trans rights. That also harms my mental health. To be like, if it's my job to basically every day or at least a couple times a week read all of the anti-trans news that's happened and prepare my remarks and cover it and talk about it, especially when the situation seems relatively hopeless, that just is not very motivating. You know, it's like having a job where you never get a positive job review, or even when something positive happens in the job, you're like, they're like, oh, I better see at least this much improvement next quarter. And you're like, what? So if you had a boss who just like only ever gave you negative feedback or didn't give you feedback really, and you just kind of have to look at the metrics of how the company is performing to see whether you're doing the right thing, and your boss won't make any of the expectations clear, and you're just kind of like guessing what you're supposed to do, and you also don't even really directly get punished. Like you never get a write-up for doing things wrong. You just get a pay cut for doing things wrong. So it's not like the most motivating job. I was just talking to my partner about, there's like a bassist that he really likes, Charles Berthoud, who he's just really successful like doing the thing that he loves, right? Like he is at a point with his career where he doesn't really need to do any marketing for his job. He just needs to do the thing that he loves and make a video every once in a while of him playing bass like an amazing virtuoso human being and rake in the dollar bills, right? So I guess if I could do that, if I could just be like, yeah, I don't really care about whether this is the perfect title and thumbnail mixture, just upload it, and if it does well, then it does well, and I don't really need to care. Additionally, I would rather be doing something that feels more directly impactful. Like I enjoy my work with The Line. I actually feel a lot more fulfillment and the feeling like something is actually making a difference, because people will call back and be like, hey, you changed my mind about something. Cool. Okay. That makes you feel like you're doing something. You're affecting change in the world. And all my coworkers like me, and I successfully pull off the stream, and I'm like, boom, 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 everything. We did everything we were supposed to do. It was a success. We made money, da-da-da. I just feel like I'm getting a lot more positive feedback effectively from that work. But I would love to go back to school. I'm in the process of doing like applying for scholarships and all that kind of stuff. I still need to talk to my partner, because I asked him, like, I want to make sure you have like full, I want to make sure I'm hearing all of your feedback about this. And he was like, I do have feedback and not all of it is positive. And I'm like, okay, well, let's have that conversation soon. We have not made time to have that conversation, which I'm finding kind of frustrating. But like, if it turns out that I will have adequate support, I would like to go back to school this year and dive deep into it and design solar arrays and help maintain hydroelectrics and help retrofit buildings for renewables and all this kind of stuff. So I just find that this is not a passion point for me. And it's like a marketing job, which sucks. I never wanted to do a marketing and sales job, and that's what this job is, unfortunately. Which I don't want to complain too much, but yeah, it's tough. So now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, on this channel, the thing that I'm going to do is just upload clips from calls in The Line. Like, and if that means that they do well, then okay. But if they don't do well, I don't care. And And I just think it's ironic that like the channel, even in the, it's been like more than a month since I uploaded a video. My channel subscribers are still going up, albeit slowly. So I just think it's really funny if I get to this point where I'm not really making new content for my channel, but just uploading clips from the line and just kind of like being regular with it once a week or whatever. Could be good stuff. I can't imagine hanging out at work off the clock. Like, how bored are you? Fucking true. Exactly. I have to mitigate how much news around disabled and queer shit I ingest, just enough to keep informed. Yeah, for sure. I'm like, okay, I'll glance. I'll look, you know, I'll stay just informed enough to do a poll. Because we have polls for Takis every week. So yeah, about an hour before the show, Arden's like, hey, what's going on? What should we do for polls today? And then I go check and I'm like, okay, what anti-trans news is there? How can we spin that into a poll conversation? Yeah. Oh no. For fuck's sake, I lost half the keys for typing on this keyboard. Not the most essential keys, but annoying. Most of my punctuation is gone. I will be listening today, but not fun to figure out every 15th letter. Also, normal enter is dead. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think I have any extra keyboards sitting around. I would offer to send you one. Can I complain for a moment about having mandatory drug and other testing at my personal expense in order to be employed? I think that kind of thing is why people light warehouses on fire. What the fuck do you mean? Mandatory drug testing, except I have to pay for it? You can write it off. The business can write it off as a business expense. I can't write it off as a business expense. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. That's true. Actually, a fungus, great name, says politically active NBs get out there so Lux doesn't have to overextend itself. Thank you. We need more of us. And like I've said before, I don't necessarily preclude the idea of getting into political activism again later. I mean, I don't have any intention of quitting at the line, to be clear. So if I go to school full time, I'm going to still do the line, and I'm going to do streams at least sometimes on this channel. So I'll be in political activism that whole time. And even if I work as an electrical engineer, that could also put me in a better position to be a lobbyist and lobby for renewable policy building. So, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Dude on Javon and Ari's stream last night was on hold long enough that he started, quote, doing research and got himself worked. Clearly, y'all are doing good work over there. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but yeah, I guess, like, you know, if you're on hold long enough, then you might as well start, like, actually finding some information to back up your position. You're not allowed to have fun in your own time with your own body. Don't you know it hurts capitalism or something? Got himself woke? Oh, that could be what they mean. Seeing the line /Takis has me wanting to use my degree I'm getting in biology to do similar work. We need science educators, science communicators. Like, that's, you know, Forrest is a really hard worker and he's really good at communicating the actual science. So he's, you know, thighs deep in a fucking PhD, and that is obviously his knowledge is important, and his ability to, he could be doing some kind of specific science work. He could be in research or whatever, which I guess he kind of is because he's doing a PhD. But we need science communicators. Like Hank Green is good at making himself, like, people want to click, people want to stay through the video, and Forrest is the same. And so, yeah, think of Bill Nye, right? Like, think of how cherished, if you're in a certain generation, how cherished Bill Nye is because he is a science communicator. He made science fun for kids. So having effective communicators, like some of the people who are the smartest and like most involved on the research end just aren't particularly strong speakers and aren't particularly strong presenters. So, we need all different kinds of intersections of expertise in order to bring things forward. So, yeah, I think that's good. Oh no, Trinket, is your pet okay? Emergency vet visit. Oh no. Okay, the person who called in to Javon and Ari last night said, so they were on hold for a long time and they started doing research and decided that their position was not justified based on the research. So when they got on, they said, oh, I have to read up first. He was calling in as conservative, and by the time they got to his call, he was almost in tears, basically saying, I was so wrong. That's so funny. It reminds me, do you guys see that post that goes around sometimes about, it's like a conservative saying, like, I am going to try to find the picture. I don't know if I will be able to. I don't know if this is going to work. What? It's like a post that goes around every once in a while it's a conservative saying or complaining, I guess, kind of, that statistics and stuff tend to support the progressive position, so that conservatives have to try harder to support their position because the statistics tend to be on the side of the liberals and progressives. I wish I could find, it's like one of those ones that's really hard to find by searching those terms, like. Ow, my fucking finger. Yeah, I can't find it. It's a screenshot of a post where it's like this conservative is complaining, basically, that conservatives have to try harder to find stats that support their position. And it's just really funny. It's like, you're so close to giving up. Like, you're so close to realizing what's going on here. This is why their favorite argument is nuh-uh, true. The call was super wholesome. Hello, Fuzzy. The guy apologized for wasting their time. He was like, I called in to argue with you, but I've been doing research for the last hour and a half, and it turns out I'm probably wrong. So I'm sorry for wasting your time, and I'll call back another time after I figure this shit out. That's absolutely hilarious. Oh, my kitty got his tail closed in a door and the tip was hanging funny. It seems like he was probably being a drama queen, though. He seems to be okay now. Yeah, Mina has a tendency to try to kill everyone by walking in front of me while I'm trying to do shit in the kitchen. So the one time that she was kind of stepped on, she kind of like held her paw up. It was one of her back legs. She kind of held it up for a second as though she was injured, and then I like touched it a bunch and like grabbed it, and I was like, "You're okay." She for a moment though she was like, "What's that post? You kick Miette?" Hold on, where is it? Oh yeah. Here's the post. Me lightly touching Miette with the side of my foot. Miette, move out of the way, please, so I don't trip on you. Miette, her eyes enormous. You kick Miette? You kick her body like the football? Oh, jail for mother for 1,000 years. Yeah, that's kind of what Mina was acting like. It wasn't that bad. Three-Star Witch, excellent name. Says, my cat brought home a small rabbit last night. Not dead, but it was still hanging around this morning. I don't know where it is now, but it was crazy. Reason number one why you should not let your cats outside. They kill animals for fun or injure animals for fun. It is bad for the ecosystem. They are an invasive species. Keep them inside. Let them out only in supervised manner. What did you do to your finger? I thought it would be a great idea to add the tip of my thumb to the stir fry that I was cooking the other night. It's actually fine. Like it sucked and it was very painful. And I'm very glad that I had my partner home to be like, hey, can you help me fix this situation? I didn't actually cut the tip of it off. I did cut it pretty bad, but I just was like, I'm going to put the skin back down and it's fine. It doesn't hurt too bad today. It was 2 nights ago, and I can, like, touch it. It's not throbbing anymore. I haven't looked at it today because I was busy all morning, but yeah. So, no, I just thought it would be a good idea while I was cutting up chicken to add my finger to the food that I was making. I can't remember who said it, but yeah, the post says basically the facts tend to support leftist policies, so the right has to do other things. True. That's going to be a new thumb scar. I really don't even know if it's going to scar badly enough to notice. I can't even remember where it happened, but many years ago, I was cleaning a glass and it broke or something along those lines. And it was a pretty gnarly cut, but I just like put it back and like bandaged it. And literally, I have no idea where it is now. I don't remember at all. So this is not the first time I've done something stupid and just put the skin back where it goes. And then, like, I think even by yesterday, it had already fused back down, at least on the edges. So, I have 4 cats that are solely indoor cats. Exactly. That's the thing that you're supposed to do. Did you guys know that feline leukemia is contagious? Like cancer. Like cats can give each other cancer. It's contagious. I had to get Mina vaccinated for it. I mean, we don't plan to let her outside, but just in case she accidentally gets outside, there are neighborhood cats in my neighborhood, so just to protect her from that. But yeah, that's crazy to me. They can get feline immunodeficiency virus. They can catch leukemia from one another, not to mention, rabies and all that kind of shit. So, yeah. I once tried to add the tip of my thumb to some bok choy I was cutting. Fortunately, my nail took the brunt of the force, or else I would have cut really deep. Yeah, I did cut off the very tip of my fingernail as well. Mm-hmm. Can confirm, cutting the tip of one's finger off hurts like the dickens. Source, personal experience. The body's healing ability astounds me constantly. Yeah. I'm going to be okay. I also have a really gnarly scar on this finger because I was working at like a delivery place or something and I cut myself and it was pretty bad. And so there is like a scar and like a bump on my finger right here where the skin flap used to be. But it's really not so bad now. You can see it there actually pretty well. It's not so bad. You know, my nerves had to relearn where my finger was. And I couldn't straighten my finger for a while. And even when I healed, I had to like massage it to get the scar tissue to loosen up enough that I could straighten up my finger without like it pulling on my skin. So yeah, you know, you get injured sometimes. Yes. Yeah, there are so many diseases cats can get that are preventable by just keeping them inside. The feral colony in our neighborhood are all infected. Our friend took in a stray and he is 90% blind from being born with it. FIV? Damn. Yeah, that's not good. Some human cancers are contagious too, such as HPV. True. If you're not HPV vaccinated, you can get HPV vaccinated up through many ages. Now, that used to be like, oh, we'll only do it for teenagers, but you can get HPV vaccinated even if you've been exposed to some strains of HPV. Getting the vaccine can help you fight off the sores and probably also reduces your chance of cancer if you manage to catch one of the cancer ones, but I like how everybody, not everybody, I'm sure everybody, but I like how lots of you here have stories of, you know, almost losing your fingers and stuff. You know, it's fun. It's fun. In reply to the bok choy, I also came close to chopping off a quarter of my thumb when chopping butternut squash. Keep the knife moving when cutting people. Also, I will say, learn, or sorry, not learn, sharpen your knives, because I think part of the reason why, and to be fair, my thumb was in the wrong place. Like, that was part of the problem. But also, I think that the fact that my knives are not particularly sharp is part of why I cut myself. So just gonna... You can directly acquire cancer from a parasite if said parasite has metastasized cancer inside you. What does that mean? Like a parasite, if the parasite has cancer and then it, by metastasize, you mean it moves from one place to another. So like the cancer can metastasize from the parasite that has cancer into your body where there's now cancer. Learning to sharpen knives in general is a good skill. Hey, maybe now that I have these fucking things, I can sharpen knives. Because part of the reason why I don't like sharpening knives is because I hate the sound. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Ooh. I did, in fact, almost lose my thumb, but not in a knife and cooking situation. It got grabbed by an industrial sander, and it tried to drag my hand into the sander. I lost a huge chunk of the pad of my thumb. No fingerprints. You can't detect me in my crime era, my villain era. Yeah, that's why you don't wear gloves when you're working with, like, reciprocating tools. Like, anything that's, like, spinning, you don't want to wear gloves because it'll suck your hand in as opposed to just cutting your finger off. You'd much rather lose a finger than your whole hand. Trust me. Sadly, the thumbprint grew back because, yes, it would have been awesome to not have a print. Yeah, that would be fun. Green Garbador says, just do what my brother did and sharpen the knife with an angle grinder. Please don't do this. My partner actually bought me a knife sharpening thing that like it clips to the side of the countertop and it holds the knife at a specific angle, and you just like pull the knife across and then do it the other direction or whatever. It like actually it, oh wait, no. So it's a thing that holds the knife. It holds the knife still, and then it also holds the stones in it, and the stones move, and you like move the stone along the knife, and you can set it at whatever angle you want to set it. Like I think I want to say like somewhere between 17 and 22 degrees is optimal for knives. I'd have to look it up again, but something like that. So then you drag it across, and then the way that it works is where the knife is held in, you just pull it out and flip it over and then put it back in so that you can just sharpen the same knife at the same angle both directions. Good stuff. Yeah, again, I just really don't like to sharpen knives because I don't like the sound of it. Yeah. Hey, Lux, how do I donate to the Cat Fund? The best way to donate to the Cat Fund is at my website, which is luxander.net/donate. If you just want to do a one-time donation. There is also a luxander.net/subscribe if you want it to be recurring, but you don't have to do that. Yeah, and if we get to $100, which we're halfway there, whoa, we will get to $100, and then I'll go pick up Mina, my baby girl, and show her to you. She's very fluffy and very cute and very sweet and very soft. I'm sorry that I cannot translate how soft she is to you. Do you like death metal? Not a big fan of music in general. And when I do listen to music, not death metal. It was a lot of fun watching season 4, episode 4 of Invincible, which was set in hell, the underworld, and there was some Slayer. That was fun. Gonna jump over to Jovan's stream here soon. Thanks for keeping me company on my drive home from work. Oh, speaking of Jovan, I think we have a plan to do a live stream, a group live stream on Friday probably, where we're gonna do basically like a debate on who's the best superhero. So currently the people who are confirmed for Friday are so Jovan is going to be on his show, Dalton the Bible guy, Arden, myself, my friend Alec Gunter, who's a left-leaning streamer, and we're trying to get a couple more people in, but we're going to do kind of like a fun, silly debate thing on, I think it's supposed to be live on Jovan's channel Friday. So look out for that. Either that or we might just record it Friday and then it's going to be uploaded later. But the point is we want to have some fun debates. So wherever that's going to be happening soon, check out, like, look for it. I will let you know if I'm going to be live. Of course, I'll tag you in the Discord if I go live on Jovan's channel. Yes, my semicolon tattoo. Life just wants to harvest our fingers as a sacrifice. For what? I'm not sure. Maybe it's the 8th wonder of the world. True. Later, coffee beans. What's worse than cutting part of a finger off, 10,000 times more painful, is getting the stitches taken out of your nailless nail bed. That shit is sensitive. Yeah, I'm glad I've never had to deal with that. I'm so glad that I've never had to deal with that. That's good stuff. Magneto. I'm going to incorporate my semicolon into a DV/SA ribbon somehow, I think. Nice. Yeah, I got my semicolon tattoo on the same day that I got my Nihil Supernum tattoo. It's kind of hard to show my Nihil Supernum tattoo. It's not for you, it's for me. The guy was like, you might regret having it facing you and not facing elsewhere. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't care if other people see it. It's not for other people, it's for me. Hey chat, I have to go do my stupid job for the past half hour. I miss anything fun? Listen, we have just been shooting the shit. I told everybody how I cut off part of my finger, you know, and everybody else is sharing stories of how they cut off their fingers. Oh, you're saying Magneto is the best superhero? I guess so. Or Flash. Magneto is fun to argue. Speaking of Invincible, today's episode is a lot. I'm not surprised by that. I haven't seen it yet. So my partner and I do therapy Wednesday evenings, and then we usually watch, a lot of the time at least, we watch Invincible afterwards if we're feeling in a good mood, or we might wait a couple days. So I might not see any Invincible for a couple days depending on what the vibes are tonight. But so what we're doing on Jovan's channel this week, if there are enough people there, is, arguing for who's the best superhero. I really want to do Omni-Man. It might require spoiling some things from the comics for me to do Omni-Man, so I'm like, maybe I'll just stick with Invincible instead of Omni-Man, but I really think it would be funny to argue that Omni-Man is the best superhero. Like, the fact that people would be upset by it is the part that I think is funny. But also, I can earnestly make that argument. Like, I think that Omni-Man is like the best superhero possibly. Omni-Man, true. He eats. Nom nom. He eats bugs. Nom 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 nom. I'm losing control of my fingers. I hate aging. That's rough. I would not feel particularly good about that. So my sympathies to you on that. Yeah, later, y'all. Having read the full comics of Invincible, I'm interested in knowing what they changed and what they kept the same. Yeah, I would say it's a really good adaptation. I would say the things that they changed have been largely for the better. They're making choices about diversity. So, like, sometimes they're race swapping or gender swapping characters to just, like, kind of maintain some diversity that wasn't present in the original comics. I think they've toned down a lot of the sexism stuff from the comics. And they've given some of the characters who didn't have a lot to do, they've given them a lot more. It's got a lot more emotional depth, the show does. And I think that is a benefit. I think that's a good thing. As far as the beats, some of the beats are out of order. So sometimes, like, oh, when do the Sequids happen versus when the Flaxans happen? Like, some of those events have been rearranged ever so slightly. But yeah, I would say it's like a really, really good adaptation. And that they're sticking true to the spirit of the comics, and they're just fleshing out some of the emotional and moral parts of the story. Yeah. You'd never guess it, but at one point they almost say the word Invincible and they drop the title card. Crazy. How do we define superhero? Like, nearly every witch in media is basically a superhero, or only comics. I think that it has to do with genre. Like, I don't think it would make sense to say, oh, this person is the best superhero if it's not in the superhero genre. So, like, okay, Goku is super powerful, but he's not a superhero. The Great Saiyaman, we could argue, is a superhero. I would allow that. I would say the Great Saiyaman could definitely be included in the list, but Goku is not a superhero. Again, he is super powerful. He has superpowers. He does fight for good. He is not a superhero. It's not the superhero genre. It's not the same thing, I don't think. I don't know. Do we have a disagreement? Ping me on this. Is Goku a superhero? No. He's a martial artist. Okay, cool. Listen. Okay, yes. So someone on Reddit says, in terms of abilities, sure, he's a superhero, but in terms of personality and actions, not really. He's just kind of a guy who can do stuff. This next opinion says, in my opinion, Goku is a superhero. Goku is a superhero in the literal sense of the word, i.e. he is super and a hero, but he is not a, quote, superhero. It's the genre. And I mean, like, you could even argue, like, if somebody wanted to make the argument that, like, Invincible the show or the comics, it starts out as a superhero show and then it switches genre partway through to become a war story. I could agree with that. Oh my gosh, Sabrina, I talked over you. I think I didn't hear your donation. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Sabrina May with the $50 donation. There you go. Thank you for all that you do. Love you very much. I will go get the cat. Thank you so much. Guys, that's so sweet. Goku not being a superhero is pretty important to his character, IMO. Fair. Yes. Yeah, so somebody having superpowers is not the same as being a superhero. Yeah. Okay. Very sweet of you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to go get the cat. Hey, Mina. She's a sweet baby. She's Mina. She's a sweet baby. Her name is Mina. Are you a good girl? Yeah, baby? Hi, honey bunny. Look at your soft little fuzzy face. Fuzzy face. Oh, hello, baby. You're such a good girl. Hello. Oh, baby girl. What a good girl. Isn't she so pretty? She's such a pretty girl. You good girl? Yeah. She's such a good girl. What a baby. You baby. Hi. Is that you, Mina? Right there? You see Kitty? Do you see yourself? Hello. Ah. She's like, I'm tired of this. I would like to be put down now. Hi, baby. Oh. Oh, good girl. Hello. I assure you she's very soft. And yes, I did just have her fur in my mouth. That happens when her fur is like 4 inches long. Your fur is 4 inches long. You have a mane. You have the mane. Oh, good girl. I kiss you? Come here, I kiss you. Mwah. 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 I know you guys could hear her little complaint, her little moment there. Yes. Anyway, she's a good girl. I miss Mitternacht, but she is too cute. I know. He was such a good boy. He was such a sweet little. He was just chill. He was like, he was like, I'll just lay here all day. You know, he was a good guy. And you're a good guy. Yeah, it's you. Mina. Thank you. You don't need to attack the cords on the floor. Thank you very much. Yeah, she's like, okay, are we done now? Yeah. All cats are babies. My roommate's cats are both under a year old. So she's like, they are literal babies, but they will always be babies. They're literally always babies. Mitternacht was like 15 years old and he was still a baby. You know, she loves you because she put up with the kisses. She does. She's good. We are not yet at 2 months. Yeah, we'll be at 2 months next week, and she's settled in. She's fine. I think she adjusted much faster than a lot of other cats do sometimes. Like she's just, she's good. When is your debate with Ben Thorpe? Who is that? Whomst. Ben Thorpe. Who is this? Catholic YouTuber? Is that who Ben Thorpe? Catholic YouTuber? Oh, you mean the guy who got arrested for child abuse? Is that the guy we're talking about? Because he did call Takis. And we talked to him for like 10 minutes or something. And then we realized who it was, and Arden hung up on him. So, like, yeah, is that who you mean? Ben Thorpe, child abuser? I'm watching the stream on a big TV. So when Mina looks into the camera, my cats freeze and stare back. I think they're confused by the enormous cat in the magic glowing window. That's funny. LMAO, tell me there's a clip of that, of Ben Thorpe. No, I decided explicitly not to take a clip of it. And I think Arden probably made the same decision, but I'm not going to give that horrendous human being the pleasure of being platformed any further than he was. We didn't know who he was until we'd been talking to him for several minutes. So yeah, you can go find the stream. I don't remember which episode it was, but yeah, no, I decided very explicit. He was, I think, the only spicy call we got that whole stream. And I was like, well, too bad. This stream there's no clips from this stream then. Too bad. Just got back and we're talking about child abusers. Yeah, someone in chat a minute ago asked when I was going to debate Ben Thorpe, who was arrested for child abuse. So, Emma Thorne. Yeah, I've heard of Emma Thorne. I'm pretty sure she seems pretty chill. I don't know her, but and like I don't watch those kinds of YouTuber in my free time. But yeah, no, I know who Emma Thorne is. She seems cool. Yeah. Yes, cats are babies. How was your birthday, by the way? My birthday was awesome. Okay, check this out. My partner got an unexpected bonus at work. So he got me this Lego set that I've been wanting for a long time. It's Barad-dûr. That's the Eye of Sauron up there. Little, Eye of Sauron moment. So I've got that. And we basically spent the entire weekend doing Lego together and having some whiskey and hanging out and like watching shows and stuff. Yeah, it was a really good birthday. It was pretty awesome. So no complaints. I'm now 32 and feeling pretty good about it. So yeah, it was a good time. When are you going to debate X? And X, a disconcerting amount of the time, has done literal sex crimes. Has Ben Thorpe done sex crimes? I don't know. Yeah, so giant Lego set that took me over a week to finish. I probably could have done it in less time. I spent literally all evening Friday, all day Saturday, and most of the day Sunday working on it on my birthday weekend. And then I still ended up kind of working on it a little bit throughout the week in a responsible manner. So I finished it the next Friday. It took me 1 week to put that whole bitch together. It's like 5,000 pieces, 5,400 pieces or something along those lines. And there was lots of good secrets and stuff in there. Happy birthday. I know it was a bit ago, but I wasn't here. Yeah, no worries. Thank you. It was good. I used to want to die all the time, and so I celebrate my birthdays now with gusto. Hail hydrate. Emma Thorne is pretty cool despite being British. Yeah, we can forgive her for that. We'll take it easy on her for that one. You look 27, TBH. Listen, this camera has some like AI built into it, so you can't see like the lines and bags under my eyes. It's fine. I like aging. Aging is good. I have white hairs. It's good. Did I see you did a show with Forrest on it? Yeah. Forrest and I did we did a 'Cause I Wanna back in December together, which wasn't great. It was great, but we didn't have a lot of good callers. We recently did an episode of Calling It Now, the political show, and basically every single call was about trans bathrooms. So that was fun for me. I had a great time. Yeah. So we did well. We had fun. I like Forrest. I see Forrest basically at least once a week, which is crazy. He's like one of the people I see most consistently. I see Taylor and Alyssa consistently because we do the same chewed gum every week, and I love them. I have coworkers with whom I end the call by being like, I love you guys. I'm like, it's literally how I ended the call with Taylor and Alyssa last night. Shout out to Taylor. Taylor is having surgery today. She's having her tubal, there's a word for it. Salpingectomy. She's having her tubes removed so that she can't get pregnant. So that's exciting. I'm happy for her, and I know that she's really nervous about it. She might even be done with the procedure already. Well, she's on the East Coast, so she's probably done with the procedure already. So shout out to Taylor. Send her love. She's going to be recovering from surgery for a few days. Excuse me. Okay, we don't know if Ben Thorpe has been accused of some crazy sex crimes. Cool. Also, when are you going to debate X is a weird question to ask someone who literally does a call-in show too. Like, they're welcome to call unless they're a child abuser. Yeah. Like, I did talk to Ben, and then I didn't know who he was, and then Arden was like, by the way, this guy was arrested for abusing his child on stream. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So we don't need to take him seriously. When are you going to debate X often just really means, when will you platform my fave? That's true, too. Surgery is scary. My bottom consult is next month, and I'm starting to get slightly freaked. I agree that surgery is a big deal. I'm going to be trying to get, get surgery on my deviated septum this year. I just did the at-home sleep study finally, and it did not show that I have sleep apnea, although I also barely slept the night that I had it on, so I don't know if I feel like that's not quite accurate. But anyway, apparently I don't have sleep apnea, but I do have trouble breathing when I sleep, and I think it's because my septum is fucked up. So, but it's like, I don't really want to go under general anesthesia for a surgery because I don't really want there to be any point in the process at which I am not able to put on my own fucking mask and like completely reliant on someone else to protect me from catching COVID while I'm in surgery. No, thank you. So if I can do it as like an in-office procedure, that would be better. But I'm in the process of getting all that figured out still. So I agree. Surgery is scary. It's a big deal. Sending hugs, ice cream, and chocolates to Taylor. Yes, I will send her all the love. I wonder what would happen if you guys got Brennan Lee Mulligan to host with Jimmy. Do you think they would get along? Yeah. I think that would be fun. I don't know if Jimmy cares about Brennan Lee Mulligan because I've never asked him. I'm like, I don't think I've ever asked if he knows who. I mean, he probably knows who it is. It's hard to not know who Brennan Lee Mulligan is, but I don't know if Brennan is an improviser. He's good at improv because he's a DM. So I don't think that he would struggle too much with the call-in format. It's just a matter of whether he wants to do atheism content or political content. I guess he could be on Calling It Now. I don't have the connections. I fucking bet that Forrest knows someone. Like, Forrest, I just found out that I'm 1 degree separated from Brian Wecht from Ninja Sex Party because Forrest has been on his podcast, his physics podcast. So I'm 1 degree separated from Brian Wecht. I'm only 1 degree separated from Hank Green because Forrest has Hank Green's number. Like, I just be like, hey, Forrest, do you know Brennan Lee Mulligan? Can you hook it up? I also have a deviated septum, but I'd never considered surgery for it. There are days where I cannot breathe through my nose. Like, I'll be trying to eat and I can't breathe. And, like, I have to stop eating and breathe through my mouth on, like, a pretty regular basis. So, yeah, I would like to not. And I have to wear one of those things on my nose every night that, like, it's, like, sticky and it pulls your nose open. And even that doesn't fix the problem sometimes. Like, sometimes I'm still like, okay, great, I still can't breathe. Who's the guy from Dropout and is currently the DM on Critical Role? On Critical Role, I thought that right now Katie Maravich was the DM for... But you might be thinking of Brennan Lee Mulligan. Is this the guy you're thinking of? Brennan Lee Mulligan? I don't know. Forrest reposted one of my videos and I felt so noticed. Indeed. Notice me, senpai. I tend to just not breathe while sleeping rather than wearing those nose strips. I don't find them completely useless. Like, I think that they do help. But especially early in the night, like... When I'm just going to bed and your nose, you know, when you're a side sleeper and your nose kind of like switches which side it will breathe through because your stuff shifts around inside your face. Like early in the night when I've just lied down is like the worst time because my nose hasn't figured out what to do yet. So I'll just be laying there and the thing is on and I can't breathe through either side of my nose. And then gradually it's like, and then I can breathe through this side. I'm like, okay, Jesus Christ. I think Brennan is pretty leftist and Dropout is also a profit share model company. Yeah. They finally made a t-shirt. I want the t-shirt. I'm going to have to justify spending money on it in a couple months. But the anarchist t-shirt Dropout. Come on. They made it. You made it. I guess a bunch of people on Etsy already ripped this off before they made an official Dropout merch for it. Official Dropout merch store. Look, it's on the front. Look at this. Wait. I just clicked the Dropout store. Okay, hold on. Is this it? Is this a better link? Okay, I guess there's a bunch of stuff in the URL when you click it from YouTube. But on the front page of the Dropout store right now, store.dropout.tv, laws are threats made by the dominant socioeconomic ethnic... Whoa, hold on. You switched it. Go back. Yeah, the whole, like, monologue, laws are threats made by the dominant socioeconomic ethnic group in a given nation is just a promise of violence that's enacted, and police are basically an occupying army. You know what I mean? You guys want to make some bacon? That is the t-shirt now. They have it. It's on the front page. It's so awesome. Love it so much. Yeah, I'd love to get that shirt. Brennan has joined streams with Hassan and joined Kat Abu Ghazaleh's campaign stream. Fuck yes. I don't know if I know anyone who knows him. Like, how do I get in touch with... How do I say, hey, Brennan Lee Mulligan, do you want to come on my debate call-in show? I need a contact. I need a way in. Who do I know that knows Brennan Lee Mulligan? Get me in there, because I want to talk to him. He is Listen, that quote that I just read you that's on the t-shirt, there's no way a liberal would say that. A liberal cannot imagine the state of mind necessary to say those things. Brennan Lee Mulligan is an anarchist. There's no way he isn't. There's no way. I refuse to believe. Am I about to have a soda with caffeine in it right now? I really want one. I have Dr. Pepper with cream soda, which has caffeine in it. Yeah, I'm going to be all tired during therapy if I don't drink a soda right now. And then I might not be able to sleep later. I don't know, whatever. I'm going to get a soda. I'll be right back. I'm going to fill my water and get a sugar-free soda. Hi, Nina. Sugar-free soda is pretty based. I recommend it. If you don't have tummy issues that would be exacerbated by aspartame and ACE K. Soda time! I love that sound. It's very satisfying. Lux, have you tried a mandibular advancement device? It's like a mouth guard that holds your lower jaw forward so that your palate doesn't collapse while you sleep. I don't have sleep apnea. I just did a sleep study and it showed that I do not have sleep apnea. So my problem does not appear to be obstructive collapse in this area. The problem that I'm having seems to be localized to my nostrils. And it's like I said, it doesn't just happen when I'm asleep. I'm like trying to eat food. And if my nose is like too stuffed up or whatever is wrong with it, or too much inflammation or whatever the fuck is wrong with it. And like, if you look up, it's obviously like, even just looking from the outside, it's obviously fucked up. So yeah, I have not tried a mandibular posture adjustment device because it doesn't seem like I actually have obstructive sleep apnea. But I've heard of them. I've heard of like special straws that you can use that change the structure and everything. There's also the lesser known Brennan Lee Mulligan quote, "Sometimes explosive, decisive violence without leaving any opening for trickery or malfeasance absolutely clears the way to a better world." Yeah, I haven't seen that clip. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know if I'm going to get got by sharing this.
Wow, I'm gonna take a moment to actually like feel the emotion of this, of attacking this guy and be like, oh my God. Sometimes explosive, decisive violence without leaving any opening for trickery or malfeasance absolutely clears the way to a better world. I finally get what this camp is about.
Wow. Okay. I fucking love Brennan. That's awesome. That's really awesome. I love that he likes heavy food. That's a thing that I really appreciate about him as well. He's like, I like some really heavy food. Jess from Canada, hello. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Yeah. I don't really care if I get him on the show. I guess there's no other circumstance in which I'm going to be friends with Brennan Lee Mulligan. I have to get him on the show because there's no other way that he's going to be my best friend. You know what I mean? Damn. I've managed to lose a big spool of solder. That's not good. Don't do that. I was suggesting one of those mandibular things because it has the side benefit of keeping your mouth open so you can still breathe. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna be workshopping it this year to see what I should do. I would rather just get it fixed. Like, yeah. Early in the night, sometimes I just have my mouth open a little bit. Like I said, it's usually only a problem for the first like 15 minutes, and then typically the thing that's going holding my nose open usually does enough. Are almonds heavy? I mean, if you put like a bunch of them in a bag, probably. Jazz Dog, hello. I got my spicy water. I love spicy water. It's delicious. I also like working with the line because it means that I have a lot more clout now. You know? Like, teeny tiny Luxander Moss with 40,000 subscribers has a lot less pull, has a lot less sway than Luxander Moss, producer for the line, a channel with almost 200,000 subscribers. You know, there's like, I feel like I have more pull this way. Are we talking sleep apnea? Yeah, I just did a sleep study this weekend, finally. They gave me a little at-home thing that like sticks something on your finger and you wear a thing on your wrist and it puts a little node right here on your chest. I do not have sleep apnea according to that test. Spicy water, yeah. This is my spicy water. It's spicy and it's mostly water. And it's not even sugar water. I can't even say spicy sugar water because there's no sugar in it and there's 0 calories. 0 calories, 0 sugar, Dr. Pepper and cream soda. Not a sponsor. Me when I forget where I hid the big spool of solder in my backyard. Way to bury the lead. True. My partner has some electrical solder that doesn't have lead in it. So it's not quite as toxic when I accidentally breathe it in while I'm soldering, but still not great. It's not Dr. Pepper cream soda. It's Dr. Pepper and cream soda. Dr. Pepper and cream soda. So it's like they mixed Dr. Pepper and cream soda. I don't think it's just straight up cream. It has caffeine in it. So it has the Dr. Pepper portion in terms of caffeine in it. So, excuse me. I love cream soda, truly. I have not found, maybe it's just because they don't carry it at my Walmart. I wear a mask while I'm doing it. I probably should wear a mask while I'm soldering. Anyway, I have not really found a good 0 sugar cream soda. Every time I'm looking for 0 sugar cream soda, it offers me like prebiotic soda. And I'm like, it's not really what I'm going for. Playing Astroneer while my friend Cliff watches. Hell yeah, I haven't played Astroneer before. I'm feeling inspired and may do a stream tonight when I'm done at the gym. True. I was really tired yesterday and I did not want to go to the gym and I went anyway, and you know what? I felt way good. Recently had a 0 sugar A&W cream soda. That sounds delicious. I think I had a 0 sugar A&W root beer and that was really good. I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of 0 sugar mug root beer. This is an empty one. It's just like fine, but it's not that good. So I want to get the A&W one. If I could find a 0 sugar A&W cream soda, that would be amazing. I would be psyched about that. 82 people here, 95 likes. Oh shit, we did get to the, I'm sorry, I didn't add this. I just went and got the cat and didn't add the goal. We got to $100. Thank you so much to the 2 generous donos today. In a box and one other person whose name starts with an S, Sabrina, I think. Donated, and we got to see Mina. She's the baby girl, which I guess means that if we get to $200, I'll flex. I'll take off my shirt and flex. Does that sound desirable? I'm still not working on upper body yet. But I just have naturally big forearm or big biceps, so yeah. Astroneer is an amazing, cute game, provided you're okay with falling to your death. Ooh, Plague Inc., which is a game that I love, has DLC this week, which got me back into playing a little Plague Inc. So fun. Sabrina. I did. I remembered it. See? I'm not a bad person. Yeah, so there was like a $5 DLC for Plague Inc. And I was like, girl, I've been playing your game for years. Of course, take my $5 for me to get, I don't even care what it is. And it's like a meteor hits the Earth or an asteroid. What's the difference between a meteor and an asteroid? It hits the Earth and it has some kind of crystalline structure in it, and it starts turning people and the ground into a crystal. And so the goal is to turn the whole world into a crystal. What was Plague Inc. again? Plague Inc., the basic fundamental aspect of Plague Inc. is that you are a bacteria and you are trying to kill all of humanity before they can cure the bacteria. So, yeah. That's basically Plague Inc. You can play bacteria, virus, fungus. I think those are like the three main ones. And then they've had various DLC where you can also play as the simian flu. They basically put out an expansion of Plague Inc. in combination with, I believe it was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So, yeah, you can play as like the simian flu, the Alzheimer's disease that breaks out, and it like makes humans sick and die, but it makes the apes smart. And then there's also a vampire one. I don't really like the vampire one that much. I think there is also a zombie one. I want to say there's a zombie one. And then, yeah, the most recent one that they've just added. So, yeah, Plague Inc. still going strong. Size is the difference. Meteor versus asteroid. Okay. Like a meteor is big? That would be my guess. Yeah, this is what I played a little Noita. My partner has started like getting me into multiplayer Noita. And I've been playing Plague Inc. And of course, I've been chipping away at Timberborn. I've realized that there's like 250 achievements that you can get in Plague Inc. And I only have like 70 of them. No, Lux doesn't like the vampire. My favorite is the simian flu. I don't know, oh, I totally forgot. You can play like as like a brain worm, the Neurax worm or something like that. That's a fun one because you can win. There's a win condition for the Neurax worm that's like not only can you kill everybody, but you can also evolve it to where people worship the worm. So you can win by infecting everyone and making them worship the worm. Very fun. Excuse me. I usually do the worship condition for the great worm. Yeah, my partner was telling me that that's like his favorite thing to do, which I think is pretty funny actually. Meteors are the streaks of light in the atmosphere. Meteorites are the small chunky rocks. What they're called when they actually land and don't just burn up in our atmosphere. And asteroids are typically what they're called in space, but we tend to think of those as being the massive ones that threaten the planet. Okay. I keep saying meteor instead of meteor because it's literally because of fucking Avengers Age of Ultron. Like James Spader and his a meteor hits the earth and cleanses everything. So, meh. James Spader is like the reason to watch that movie, TBH. Meteors are anything that enter the atmosphere and reach the ground. Asteroids are much larger solid bodies, and comets are made of gas and ice. Cool. Nice. See, y'all are making friends. I don't care about playing Astroneer, but you guys who play Astroneer together, you can make friends. That's what we are here for. Hell yes. I have a Discord, by the way, if anybody doesn't know. The Discord community. There's a link in the description, and there's a link up top here if you're on my website. Did this not update? Oh, okay, yeah, it did. 100 out of 200. Cool. Yeah. Meteor. Yeah, exactly. I'm the meatiest. You could come play Astroneer with us. I don't know what it is. And I'm also not particularly cool with falling from tall heights. What do I... Astroneer. Let me look it up on the store. Astroneer. Yeah, that's a $30 game. Okay, it's got a cute art style. It's similar to No Man's Sky and Terraria, which are two games that I have played. I did not like Terraria. I tried to get into it. I would like demand. I worked with a guy who played Terraria, and I was like, explain why you like it so that I can understand, because my partner wants me to play it and I don't understand what's enjoyable about it. Every height is a tall height for you. Got him. I know, I'm short. I'm actually not that short. I'm actually pretty medium, but listen. You don't have to fall from tall heights. Sometimes things simply get out of hand and you realize you made some poor choices in life. Yeah. I'm sitting here playing Space Engineers 2. We got a lot of space lovers here. Speaking of space lovers, show of hands, who watched the splashdown? I didn't really care about the blast off for whatever reason, but by the time they came back home, I was like, I'm gonna really be glued to my seat watching this. I watched the splashdown. I've also watched the like first remarks that they gave, like 24 hours after they came back home. And I think they're all very sweet people. I thought it was really funny when Jeremy was like, so this is the furthest away I've been from Reed in like a while. And Reed got up out of his seat and went and sat in Jeremy's seat because Jeremy was standing giving his remarks. And like, I think he like unzipped part of Jeremy's suit and put his hand in there, like to put his hand like on his knee, on Jeremy's knee. And then he pulled it back out and zipped it back up. And I'm like, that's really funny. I think Reed is a very sweet guy. It's like they all seem like really kind, good people. Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy. I feel like if you had a good group of people to go to space, that was a good group to go to space together, you know? I found the spool. My boyfriend had hidden it. Curses. Boyfriend. Stealer of solder. Fists. Astroneer doesn't have any dedicated combat, though there are flora that will kill you with gas puffs, spikes, explosions, etc. Fun. I'm a space lover, though my Christian teacher back in 5th grade was aghast when I said I wanted to be an astrologer. It's like, pick one. All of the ologies have to be good, or all of the onomies have to be good. I don't like having to think about it. I don't know if any of the 4 of them are going back to space, or if the Artemis 3 crew is a totally different set of people. I don't know. Apparently there's Graveyard Keeper 2 coming. I liked Graveyard Keeper, but I actually think that the DLC was bullshit and that like it was expensive. And if you're looking at like, I don't know, I guess I'm comparing it to Stardew Valley, because Graveyard Keeper is a lot like Stardew Valley, but you are processing corpses and like preserving organs, and you use the money that you get from doing those things to spruce up the church, and the church like makes you money, and there's a secret like underground cult situation going on. So it's kind of like it's a resource manager in a lot of ways, and you can like make potions, and you can I guess you make a lot of the stuff that then goes in the church, like you make the candles to go in the church and everything. So it's fun. Yeah, it's a resource manager in that way. But like I'm comparing it to fucking Stardew Valley, which has been free the whole time. But they Graveyard Keeper was just free on Steam to celebrate the sequel. I'm not sure if it's still free, but there were like 3 or 4 DLCs, and at one point I bought all of them. And then I was like, wait, okay, yeah, I see this announcement. Play the original Unhinged Classic for free. You have until April 13th to download it, and then it's yours to keep. Graveyard Keeper 2 will be coming out later this year. My partner was like, listen, you have to be fair. Stardew Valley has a lot of consistent income in that they sell merch, and there's like concerts of Stardew Valley music now and everything. So, you know, Concerned Ape has a lot more revenue and can just work on Stardew Valley and doesn't need to charge for the DLCs. But I'm still really annoyed. I'm like, Graveyard Keeper, you keep charging me all this money to play your game. I don't like it. So I'm a little... I guess I could go and play it again sometime and like reevaluate. Because I haven't played it since, I want to say before COVID. Or right around that time. And I would like play it for so long that my wrists would hurt from being in a non-ergonomic position for too long. Like 16 hours in a day, crazy shit like that. So it's a very engaging game. I just am annoyed that I kept having to buy DLC for it. Oh, I actually uninstalled it at some point. I uninstalled it. Did I wring it dry? I played every single aspect of it that could possibly play. Why can I not see the regular store page? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I think I have all the DLC for it. Better Save Soul. Yeah, I have all of them. So, I mean, clearly I enjoyed it. I will probably play the sequel. Like, okay, I played it for 280 hours. So, and I have, out of 125 achievements, I have 105. So, maybe I should be fair. Oh yeah, I guess I have some achievements that I could still go back and get. When was the last time I opened this game? The last time I played this game was in 22. So 4 years ago. At this point, I would need to start over and play it over again. So, I mean, damn, that's a good game, though. Talk about a frustrating purchase. I just bought a one-ply toilet paper. Someone asked me how my birthday was earlier, and what I forgot to mention is that my partner asked me for a list of things, like, what would you want for your birthday, even if it's an expensive fantasy, and some of the things that I included were, like a weekend getaway at a snowy cabin and things, and one of the things I included was a bidet that someone else does all the research and installation for. Like, I don't just want a bidet, I want someone else to deal with all of the practical aspects of figuring out which kind of bidet our toilet needs and all that stuff. And he got me a bidet and he installed it. And now I have a bidet and it's amazing. I love it. So if you're frustrated with your one-ply toilet paper, can I recommend? But if you're buying one-ply, then I bet it's because you're broke as shit. So, but listen, I guess also a bidet is not really a solution to the toilet paper problem, because if anything, it splashes even more water into the area. So for me, it's not even, the goal was not to save on toilet paper, it was to save on Cottonelle wipes so that I can get clean without having to use like 3 Cottonelle wipes every time. Super funny was that I literally just installed it during this stream. Graveyard Keeper is a good game. And I will support it financially. This is like, okay, Graveyard Keeper. You know what? I want to know what Stardew Valley merch there is, because I'm realizing that I haven't ever spent any money on Stardew Valley since I bought the game, and that was like 8 years ago or something. No, Stardew Valley merch. What kind of Stardew merch is there? Is there anything that I would want to spend money on? There's plushies. I don't really care about those. Okay. Where can I just see all of the merch? There's, I guess, like several different partnerships. There's like Fangamer and Yeti and some of the stuff you can get on Amazon. Oh, music from Stardew Valley on Amazon. Okay. Abigail Collector's plush. She's got a little sword. She's got a sword. Abigail is my wife. I don't know if you know that. I kind of bounced back and forth between her and Leah for a while, but I think Abigail is my wife. Ooh. Okay. I could see the appeal behind that. There's a couple t-shirts. There's some stickers. There's some miniature plushies. There's a couple of pins. You can get a little duck pin. That's cute. A t-shirt with all the girls on it. That's really fucking cute. Man. Before the Farmer comic, which I guess tells you about Pelican Town before the farmer shows up. That's kind of cool. Krobus plush. Okay, that's fucking cute. Okay, listen. Okay. Ooh, oh. There's a Stardew Valley hoodie with like, in like metal font. Look at this. It's a t-shirt and it like says Stardew Valley. And it's like in metal. Or like, it kind of looks like a metal t-shirt. Oh, that's fucking cute. Okay, listen. I like it, actually. I like some of these things. Okay, someday I'm gonna buy Stardew merch, I guess. It's gonna happen at some point. Someday. Okay, there's a bunch of pins and a bunch of plushies. Oh my god, that's a pop-up. Stardew Valley Pelican Town t-shirt. Galaxy sword pin. That's fucking cute. Okay, listen. Oh, there's a locket or like a hinge pin. Look at this. It's sold out right now, but there's a hinge pin with Krobus in the sewer. So cute. Oh. Okay, the fat chicken plushies. Okay, that's cute. That's pretty adorable. The fat chicken plushies. Okay, listen. It would be like having, oh shit, what are they called in Zelda? I'm gonna kill myself. What are they called in Zelda? Chocobo is not the right word. That's Final Fantasy. What am I thinking of? Oh my god. The chickens in Zelda. Now, if only Graveyard Keeper was multiplayer, true. There's a really good board game for Stardew Valley. Listen, that's cool. I would love to have a bidet. Unfortunately, no money. True. Graveyard Keeper makes me so mad. It's so much more micromanaging than Stardew. That's why I've... Wait, I want to compare. How many... Wait, where's my Steam? How many hours have I played in Stardew Valley? Okay, I've played almost 800 hours in Stardew Valley. To be fair, that's like multiple farms where I've started over multiple times. But yeah, so I've played Stardew Valley for almost 800 hours, and I've played Graveyard Keeper for like, what was it, 280 hours? Yeah, 280 hours. So they're both pretty similar in the level of engagement that I'll give it. Cuckoos. Fucking cuckoos. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Cuckoos. Kill me. Sometimes I be forgetting things. There's a Stardew Valley cookbook. Stardew Valley controller. That's cool. What's that? Fangamer. Okay. Festivals of Seasons vinyl. There's a vinyl for Stardew Valley. There's a scarf. Stardew Valley playing cards. Oh, I should get that for my partner. He collects playing cards. I don't know if he would care at all. I mean, he's played some Stardew Valley, mostly not with me. Incognito Krobus plush. He's got popcorn. Why are you so cute? Couscous, true. I played the fuck out of Stardew on my Switch, 500 hours in one farm. I haven't checked which farm. Probably my current farm is the one that I've spent the most time in. I don't know how long it is. Complete vinyl soundtrack box set for Stardew. Ooh, baby. Aw, there's a cute little mug with the farmhouse on it. It's so pretty. Oh, I want that mug. I have too many mugs already. Too many mugs, too many mugs. Too many mugs, too many mugs. I made that reference to Forrest before the show started recently. He said he's got too many tabs open, and I said too many tabs, and then he started singing it, and I was like, yes! I'm glad we're friends. Yeah, so there's cool Stardew Valley merch. I bet people buy the shit out of this stuff, so I can see why Graveyard Keeper... Because is there Graveyard Keeper merch? Lux, your mug is quite good looking. IMO. Got him! Reverse burn. True. I used to do a 1 million a year challenge on Stardew, not earning 1 million a year, but having 1 million on hand by the end of the year. It's kind of super easy to do it. If you min-max with ancient fruit and ancient wine, that's kind of what I do. It's just like basically a passive form of income at this point. I can do literally whatever I want. Otherwise, I am not even like growing any other crops right now on my farm. I will start growing crops again when I start working toward other achievements, like selling a certain number of however many different crops and everything. But no, not Graveyard Keeper Merchant, you fuck. I really don't like the autofill on Google search. Like, don't do that. Graveyard Keeper merch. There's a couple t-shirts on this website called Tiny Build. Is that official? Shop Graveyard Keeper. What are these? I don't know what this is. Graveyardkeeper.com/shop. I don't know what this is. What is this? What am I looking at? I don't know what this is. Alpha Pack Deluxe. What is this? Oh, this is like a super old link for how to pre-order the game before it ever came out on Steam. Okay. So I guess there's not really all that much of Graveyard Keeper merchandise. Missed opportunity. Redbubble? Okay, there's a bunch of stuff on Redbubble. I just don't know if any of it is official. I don't know if any of this is official. Also, doesn't Redbubble host like a bunch of Nazi shit? Like we've got some stickers and totes and stuff, but I don't know if any of this is official. Oh, I would try... Lena says I would try to have 1 million gold by the end of year 1. Ancient fruit and wine make year 2 and beyond super easy. Okay, that's a pretty impressive goal. To get 1 million gold and the community center complete before the end of the first year. I usually don't have the community center complete until like year 3, so that's really impressive. I had an indoor coffee farm and a horse. I was zooming. I have still never in any of my playthroughs gotten the horse. I should get the horse. Never gotten the horse. I stepped away for a bit to get ready for bed. Now I hear Lux is a farmer. I thought they were studying to be an engineer. Agricultural engineer? That's true. You can do that. I also was just reading an article about agrivoltaics, like how you can put solar panels in a farm. Like not like a solar farm, but like agricultural voltaics. Like they can provide shade to certain plants that need more shade, especially as there's more and more unrelenting, punishing sun in the summertime, and how they can impact like the way that water flows on a farm. I just think it's really cool. So you can you know, there's so much crossover in engineering. But yeah, I am a farmer. It's true. I'm more of a farmer than an engineer right this moment. I almost bought some mint today because I walked to a plant store while my car was being worked on, and I almost bought some mint because I figure I can probably put mint in a container on my porch and it will just like stay all year round. Like, I think that I could leave mint outside over winter in a pot and it would probably be fine. I don't know though. Maybe. I just figure like it lives forever. So it would be easy to just keep mint alive perennially. You can use bifacial panels mounted vertically as a fence. Fuck yes. Yes. Totally. 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 I have successfully threatened Cliff into buying Stardew. Listen, it's so good and you get so much content and you only have to do the initial purchase. There's no DLC. It's great. Too many cucks. Lux should become a solar farmer. Solar Dragon Lux. True. That's kind of the direction that it's heading, right? Emma, hello. How bad/notable does the breathing difficulty have to be to qualify as a deviated septum? I saw that mine is narrowed when I was getting my FFS CT scan, but the surgeon said it's not deviated. I definitely have some sleep breathing difficulties. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never really looked into like narrowness, but there might be. Good night, Owl. Have a good night. Deviated septum specifically has to do with like, okay, inside your nose, the separation between the two parts of your nose, it's supposed to be straight. Deviated septum explicitly means that there's some kind of fuckiness going on where there's like a bend, or it like a really pronounced one might be like, you know, it might be like bending back here and bending forward here and it's all fucked up and everything. So you could have just like a narrow breathing situation that is not deviated specifically. That doesn't necessarily mean it's not a problem still, but it does mean that the surgical approach is quite different. So, you know, if you had an ENT look at it and they said it's not deviated, then it's not deviated. But you can, if you're like, my airway is too narrow, it would be worth looking into that as well. My little sister has 100% on Stardew. I think she put 800 hours into it. Damn. I have 800 hours and I am not... How many... Come on. Pull it up. Don't be a asshole. Where's my Stardew? I haven't played Stardew in a minute, I guess. I'm only at 75% on the achievements. I have never become a Joja member. I've never done the Joja timeline. I should do that at some point. I still haven't obtained the most powerful weapon. I need to reach the bottom of the, quote, dangerous mines. Master Angler, I haven't caught every fish somehow. Oh yeah, I'm very close. I'm like 2 fish away from catching every fish. I still don't have all the star drops. I have not completed all the Adventure Guild Monster Slayer goals. I need to read every book. Craft every item. So yeah, I've got like a bunch of stuff that's just like completionist stuff that I haven't done yet. My FFS doctor was the one who told me my septum was deviated, not that I didn't know it beforehand. Someone else said, I also have a narrow sinus thing going on I learned about when I got my FFS. They said there was no need to fix it during surgery. It's a quality of life thing. I wish that they would let me tell you whether it's necessary to correct my narrow airway. Let me tell you whether it's necessary. You don't tell me, I tell you. And since I'm getting FFS, if I say it's necessary to expand my airway in here, you need to factor that in when it comes to how big my nose is going to be, because that's part of the feminization process. Like, oh, I'm going to get my face feminized and then later have a correction to my airway that then makes my nose way bigger and basically cancels out some of the effects of having FFS done. That's annoying. My septum is straight, but the openings to my sinuses are narrow. It runs in my family. If I get the slightest sniffles, it's guaranteed to become a sinus infection and take weeks to clear out. Thankfully, I don't have chronic sinus infections, but it's just it feels like it's stuffy, but there's nothing in there. Like it's happening right now. I feel like it's stuffy, but if I were to try to blow my nose right now, nothing would happen. Anyway. I'm just ranting and complaining at this point in the stream. Man, I haven't glomped anyone in a while. One time I glomped a friend and it was a full running start. We were outside and I hit them and it was a full slow motion boom, and then we hit the floor. And by floor I mean ground. Can't remember if that was my last time glomping someone or just the most memorable, but yeah, I definitely was one of those little anime teenagers. Always hydrate. It's true. Get liquid, put it in you. Liquid in your body. Like this. You take the liquid here, and then you put it in your body. It goes down, it goes in your mouth, and then it goes down your throat and into your belly, and then it's in your body. You put the liquid in your body. Ooh, I had $20 in my wallet from something a while ago, and I went to the thrift store, and I got some new shirts. I need to wash them, but I got 4 new shirts. So I'm excited to add to my witchy outfits. This is one of my favorite shirts. It's got, I don't know if you know this, but it has this front panel situation. Hey, that's my undershirt. That would be my boob if there wasn't a shirt there. I don't really know why there is that. It's like a breastfeeding shirt, but only from one side, only the left boobie. I don't really know what the logic is there. But yeah, it's got this multiple layers thing going on. Ooh, I just swiped my thumb against the desk in a way that didn't feel great. What if instead of liquid in me, I just don't? Lena, you take the liquid and it's outside of your body. It's here. It's over here. And then you put it in your body. I'm teaching you important lessons here. But yeah, I'm expanding my witchy outfits, use layers and make sure that my clothes are all made of materials that are comfortable. A couple people, and I want to shout them out. I don't know if they're here right now, and they don't need to be here right now per se. That's fine. But a couple people have gotten me gifts off of my wish list recently, and I want to shout them out. Let's look at my orders on Throne. Shout out to Hedonista, who got me a puzzle that's been on my wish list for a really long time. So I got another dragon jigsaw puzzle, which is great. I love those. So I've got that. Thank you very much. I look forward to putting it together. And an anonymous user got me a book. It's this book. Edible and Medicinal Plants in Wild and Not So Wild Places. So thank you very much for those gifts. That's very sweet. And I have another one on the way. So thank you everybody who's been getting me stuff off my throne recently. That's very kind. I I have a new mesh top coming from another anonymous user. So thank you to those 2 anonymous people. What do you mean outside the body? We are all one with the monad. You know what's really funny is that monad is an actual thing. Like there's an actual sort of theory around it. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. Lux, I'm still waiting for you to get back to me about the camera. You're so right. That's so true. I'm sorry. You're right. I think I was just really busy at the time, which I'm still busy, but I was like, is this the point at which I need to set up a PO box, or do I just meet up with you at a coffee shop or something? So I'll figure it out soon. Sorry. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me though, because I definitely forgot. Monad is a thing in category theory. Like, yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what it is. I know it's like basically the monad exists as a meme, but I think the person who called in to make the argument about the monad really was making a genuine argument about a thing. Like you can buy a book about the monad, book about monad, not Monda. What the fuck is wrong with me? Monad. Book of Monads, the Monad Manifesto. I don't know why that's so funny. The Monad by C.W. Leadbeater. Okay. Monad by Thomas Taylor. The Science of Monads. The Monad and Other Essays upon the Higher something. I'm just looking at the front page of Google right now. What are the 3 laws of monads? Google suggests me to look up. Is the monad good or evil? Are the monad and Yahweh the same? What are the 3 types of monads? So I don't know what it is. I think, is it funnier if I learn what it is, or is it funnier if I don't know what it is and it just exists as a meme for me? Which way is funnier? If someone calls in, I saw the camera listed on your wish list and then looked at the camera waiting. Oh yeah. So to be fair, I don't think the camera that you have is one that could be used for video. Because the camera that I put on there is like, it's like basically primarily I would get it for video, but also I would get the additional lens to make it possible to take pictures. But your camera is really, I looked it up and it's really good for learning how to use a good camera, even if it's not like the top of the line camera anymore. So yes, keeping it in my brain. But yeah, thank you to those people who have gotten me things recently. That's very kind. And I'm still hella hype shout out to Paul Viron and Calamu for getting me the food processor. I need to make another round of smoothies here soon and package my smoothies together. Yeah, I think the monad is the thing from philosophy. Autocorrect had real trouble dealing with the word douche. Funny. Gonad, the monad in a hurry. Monad, brother of gonad. That's funny. Like, yeah, I don't know which would be funnier. I honestly, I enjoy that it's just a nonsensical meme, kind of. But also I know that it is an actual philosophical concept that might come up in calls. So, IDK, my BFF Jill. That's one of the good things about being on Takis and calling it now, is that I don't actually have to field a lot of exclusively religious calls. So it's like, you know, I can be lazy about it. What's a monad? That's what I'm saying. What's the monad? What does the AI overview say? What is the monad? AI overview, tell me. A monad is fundamentally a unit or single entity deriving from Greek for unity or alone. In philosophy, it's an ultimate indivisible, simple substance or divine entity. In programming, a monad is a design pattern for managing data flow, side effects, and computational steps. In biology/chemistry, a single-celled organism or monovalent element. Detailed meanings. Philosophy. In early Greek philosophy, the monad represents the supreme being or the totality of all things. Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz described monads as, quote, simple substances which act as the fundamental, non-physical, and indestructible units of reality, which I think is what is being gotten at when it comes up in the context of like the line. Yeah, so TBH, I don't really know. I still really don't get it. Yeah, monad is the supreme being, divinity, or the totality of all things. The monad is everything. We are the monad. Okay, I understand now. I get it. No more confusion. We are all the monad. Oh, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Look, we've managed to get almost 2.5 hours into this stream after I said I was super tired and it might have to be a short one. Listen. I don't need no more NAD. True. Many of you here would prefer to have fewer NADs and not monads. Haha, it was a bottom surgery joke. It was a trans joke. Aren't I so funny? I like the delay between when I say something and when you see it, and then the additional delay between when you say something and then I respond. Because when I say a joke and there's like a long period of time before I can see your reactions to it, it just makes it feel like my joke fell flat, which is very funny in and of itself. Monads does sound terrible. Yeah. I would give my left monad not to have my right monad. True. Someday he'll go from may contain nuts to nut free. Okay, I can imagine there being like a spoof on a conservative meme where it's like liberal woman, and then like a label on it that says like may contain nuts, like that. But that's like a funny version. That's an in group thing for us, and not like dumb fucking conservative. I've seen a lot of dumb conservative memes. I joined a group on Facebook that has a lot of conservatives in it, and I've been messing with them. Now that you produce Skeppy Talk, 3.5 hours is a short stream. For me producing, it's a different frame of reference. If I'm producing, I'm like, I don't even have to pay attention to this. I'm certainly not talking for 3.5 hours consecutively. Even if I'm doing a stream with the line, I don't have to talk for the whole 3 hours. Someone else talks for like at least half of that time, because there's two other people talking at any given. There's two other people on the call at any given moment. So yeah, at least I can only talk half of the time, and that makes it easier. But yeah, 3 hours is tough. Oh, and by the way, yeah, we are doing the extra long Skeppy Talk on 420, which is this upcoming Monday. So yay, we do fucking Forrest and Erica show. Yay. As someone with a nut allergy, you'd expect I'd have realized I was a trans lesbian much sooner. Very funny. This reminds me I had a memory come up the other night of being 15 or 16 and wanting a vasectomy because the idea of having children terrified me, though that was like a compromise position rather than anything else because I wanted them gone, and this was before I understood that I was trans. Yeah. Conservatives, RFK Jr. convinced them to be afraid of nut oil. IDK, that's the best I've got. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It is kind of nice to... I'm kind of like, you know, I say like I'm fucking with conservatives in this Facebook group, but I'm also like trying to give them class consciousness. Like I'm trying to talk to them about like, you know, these people are stealing your money. Like why? Oh yeah, keep focusing on this dumb fuck issue while they pick your pockets. Like congratulations. I'm trying to give them some class consciousness, and I don't know if it's working, but all it takes is shifting one person over. I was talking in one of the groups about like Swalwell and his resignation and everything of like after all these accusations and stuff, and people in the comments were like, well, you know, he's guilty and Trump wasn't guilty of these same types of crimes. And I was like, well, at the very minimum, it's a matter of record that he raped his ex-wife. She rescinded the word rape, but Trump didn't contest her recounting of events, which was that he ripped her hair out and forced himself on her. And if I get zero responses to that, I think that that's people thinking about it. And I'm like, okay, good. At least you're thinking about it. Conservatives, for some reason, are way behind on the ability to produce good humor. I mean, for conservatives, the entire punchline is, haha, you're dumb. Like, okay. Wow. Or like, haha, trans. Like, okay. So clever, OMG. People hang on to civil cases having a lower burden of proof when the burden is still at least more likely than not. Yeah, and I also was like trying to explain that, like, even if there aren't convictions, like, I don't need to see a conviction to be like, maybe I shouldn't vote for this person. Like, you know, Mr. Grab him by the pussy. Do we think that that man is innocent? And like that, like, why would you vote for Mr. Grab him by the pussy? Even if he never actually did it, him saying that and joking about it and being like, har har, I can get away with these things. Like, that should be disqualifying. And it's like, you're trying to bring people back to their moral center of like, why are you supporting this man? And like, if a woman uses the divorce as if she uses the rape as justification for the divorce, like, she could easily have just said, I don't want to be married to you anymore. And like, I guess I don't know what state they were married in. So like, if there were restrictions where there needed to be some kind of actual fault in the divorce, that's not just like because I wanted to get divorced. I don't really know which states have no fault divorce or whatever. But, you know, hypothetically, she could have been just like, I don't like being married to you. But the reason that she cited was because you violently assaulted me. And the fact that he and his lawyer objected to the word rape, but they did not object to her recounting of events. It's like, okay, well, if there is even a chance that your guy violently assaulted his wife, but these are the kind of fucked up people who are just like, yeah, but women be lying though. Women be lying though. And so they'll disregard anything a woman says because they're just like, yeah, but women will just make shit up. So I'm just going to assume by default that anytime a woman says something I don't like, that she's just lying. There's like nothing much you can do to those people. But I know it's, again, I'm debating in fucking Facebook groups like an idiot. But again, just like my debates on the line, it's not even about the person you're debating with. It's about all the people seeing it. If you want to make a woman has penis joke in 2026, that's lame. At least some shit like woman has penis and it's bigger than mine is a twist on the format. Like, it's not even that hard to make the joke into something that isn't as ran into the ground. Yeah, but you have to keep in mind as well that these jokes for them are not about being witty or clever. It's about reinforcing their worldview. You know, like it's literally not about being funny. It's just about basically reaffirming that they are a member of the in group by reinforcing the idea of who belongs in the out group. So like, haha, tranny, like it's like, okay, you're just making sure to signal. Perhaps you're signaling like how good you are, that you aren't one of those T-slurs. Like maybe it's about like how, you know, how good you are, like how like virtuous you are. It's like a way to signal your virtue. I'm just being an asshole. We've reached officially the I'm just being an asshole part of the stream. Yeah, I really do believe that a lot of transphobic, or I mean, not even just transphobic, but like hard Democrats. Let me see if I can find an example. Like, haha, Democrats are stupid joke. In this group that I'm in, I'm just gonna scroll and find something. Let's see. I actually don't ever just scroll on here. On the actual group, it just pops up in my feed, so I don't actually know how long it's going to take me to find something that's relevant. Definitely don't want to watch any of these videos. Come on, give me some fucking memes, dude. There's a lot of dumb stuff in here. I gotta scroll past. Sorry. Dumb stuff in the chat. But not you guys. I'm talking about another chat. And by chat, I mean Facebook group. Jesus Christ, there's so many fucking people posting in here. Bro, literally stop showing me all these fucking videos. Who gives a shit? Oh my god, dude. Okay, now there's just a bunch of pictures of horses for some reason. Why? Why horses? Hi. Whoa. No. Stop talking. Stop making sound. So, yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, even the ones that are, like, trying to make some kind of salient criticism of Democrats end up fully just being like, you know, imagine continuing to vote for the party that wants to raise your tax. Again, it's not even about being funny. It's just about reifying the in-group and out-group. Hey, I work very hard to be dumb in chat. And lots of like, oh, blue hair. Why are they still yapping about blue hair? You know, I feel like, have we not moved past that as a group? I don't really know very many people with blue hair anymore. Purple hair maybe, but not like blue hair. Blue hair and pronouns. Who here has blue hair? Do any of you still have blue hair? Anybody? Anybody blue hair? I've been thinking about dyeing my hair again. I don't know what color. And probably not like with bleach, but maybe like one of those ones that you work into your hair and it stays there for a few days and then washes out or something. I don't know. Purple gang. I had green hair once before the meme. Yeah. I think I had blue hair right around the time of the emergence of the meme. I don't have hairs. Impressive. My ex-wife is the only blue hair I know anymore. Most people I know do the deuce tone thing now. Deuce tone? What the fuck? Is that what they call it? No. You just mean like a dual tone, like two-toned hair? I have some blue in my hair, but it's part of a rainbow. My hair was purple before I went full pride. Hell yeah. Late AF, but that's work for you. Yeah, Riffs, you are pretty late. We're about to be rolling out of here pretty soon. Oh my god. Oh boy. The lumbar support of my chair is in a like perfect place to where I can like lean back and actually pop some of my back, and it just snap crackle popped quite a bit. I don't know what it's called. I'm as fashionable as a wet paper bag. No worries, no worries. But yeah, I know like some people will do like it's one color in one place and the other color like on their undercut, or like you flip it from one side to the other and it's a different color. Excuse me. I'll likely be around Sunday. Hell yeah. I am going to be streaming on Sunday and then on Wednesday, but then I will not be streaming on 26, 29, or 3. 26, 29, or 3. I will not be streaming those days. I will also not be on Transatlantic or Calling It Now on the 30th. So, yeah, we've got like about a week of regular streams back before I start entering the zone for driving to... I mean, obviously, like, I'm not leaving until the 29th, but I'm covering for Arden on the 26th, so... Yay! Okay, I started this stream by saying I was tired and that I was going to probably do a short stream, and now we've been here for 2 hours and 40 minutes, so I'm gonna leave now. And try to chill, and then I have got therapy later, so, you know, we'll do that. I'm talking there's a hard line down the center where one side is a high contrast to the other. Okay, I see what you mean. Like, so you might have, like, blue and orange, or something like two contrasting colors on both sides. Neat! Okay, well, much love to everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for those who donated. Thanks for hitting the like button and all those things. And I will see you all... tomorrow, I think tomorrow I'm doing both Takis and Calling It Now. It's been a stacked month for me as far as shows go. So yeah, Takis and Calling It Now tomorrow. And then I think I'm not on Takis next week or the week after that. But I will be on Calling It Now on the 23rd. So anyway, yeah. So if you're around, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll text in the Discord to let everybody know when I go live tomorrow. And until then, be good. Or at least don't get caught.